Hello there. I am in my home gym, my garage gym, as you can see. I'm sure that the sound is not great because I'm in this room here, but I'm going to try something new on this live stream, and I'm going to bring you along on one of my workouts. Don't expect too much. It's just a normal, regular workout with weights, and I realize this is different from what I usually do on these live streams, but maybe you will enjoy this as well. We'll see. Hi there, Kane. Good to see you. So it's going to be a little bit of talking and hidden weights. Yes, I will do my best. It's going to be a little bit of talking, a little bit of me trying out the camera angles and replying to your comments. Good morning and good night, and depending on where you are. Beast mode, I don't know. It's just going to be a little bit of bench press, front press, some rows and biceps. So it's upper body today. Not heavy weights, just some rather light weights and several repetitions. Let's start. Let me just, this is my warm-up weight. We use kilos here in Norway. I don't know, 1 kilo is about 2 pounds, something like that. So I think the camera angle is not the best, but I will let me move the camera. Is this better? I think this is much better. Yeah. Okay, so don't expect too much. I'm not doing this to show off or anything like that. To do that, I would have to lift a lot more, I guess. But it's part of my daily, not daily, but it's part of my routine. I enjoy lifting weights. I used to be a competitive powerlifter, and I still do. I train as a powerlifter, but I don't compete right now. Too much going on to I can't concentrate on preparing for competitions and so on. But let me just do a warm-up set, and yeah. So, I don't know if training early shocks the body. It feels like it shocks the body in a way, but I don't know if it's beneficial in any way. Maybe. I don't expect too much anymore. Too many injuries. So whenever I get close to what I would call heavy weights, it starts to ache everywhere. So that's the way it is now. Okay, well, 41 people have joined, so that's awesome. Strong like a bear. Well, I used to be. Yeah, it's I don't like training early. I actually don't, but I have been lazy lately, and this is I know that if I'm going to get through my training schedule, I have to do it in the mornings. I do my writing, then I have a workout, and then it's business, like, you know, emails and stuff, phone calls, and then in the afternoons it's the kids, you know, they have their activities. Dad cab is on duty, you know. So let's add some weights. Hold on. We will add. We'll put 100 kilos. We want 100 kilos now. Okay, like this. Now my best lift in the bench press is 190 kilos. That's without the bench press shirt that they sometimes use in competition. And I've cheated up 200 kilos. And I have, I think, 185 kilos in competition. It's much harder in competition because you have to pause with the bar on your chest and wait for signal, and then up again. You can always get the bar down, but up again is the hard part, you know. So okay, let's go for another set. Yeah. So, yeah, 200 kilos, 190 is that 400 pounds? Something like that. I wouldn't be able to do that now. So, okay, 418.878 pounds. Python says, I'm in the gym to just finish bench. Awesome. Yeah. Well, maintaining, well, I think, let me just add some weights. We'll go for, I think, 120. 120 is a nice weight. Okay, just going to get some chalk. Okay. Now what I think is that I'm 47, and when I look around I see a lot of people my age. They are out of shape, and it's very easy to get out of shape at my age, especially if you have kids, because you stop prioritizing yourself, right? So and you don't really take the time to train. So that's one part of the problem. But another part of the problem is that when people my age, when they start to train, what they do is cardiovascular exercise. So, and that's, you know, I should probably do that. No, cardiovascular exercise, like they run and cycle and so on. So, and they do that, but they don't use their muscles, so they lose a lot of muscle. Yes, I get my walking. I do a lot of walking. Thank you, great bit. Well, thank you. I know there are at least one guy watching this who has a lot. His beard is a lot better than mine. Yes, and they lose bone density. Well, when you train with weights, your bones get denser and more solid, so they won't break as easily. So what I'm seeing is people my age, it's like they don't care about their muscles, but that's, you know, probably the part you should care most about, because you have to maintain. It's very easy. No, sorry, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to build muscle when you're at my age and you have, like, I've been at my peak, you know. Hi there, Jonna. Good to see you. And for me, it's maintaining, but I've lost a lot of muscle. I guess I've lost 10 kilos at least since when I was at my peak level. But I'm doing my best to maintain what I have. And for people who they start training and they don't have muscle and they do nothing, good to hear that, John. I'm glad to hear that. It's not, I don't like to see that, you know. It's they get these odd shapes. Their bodies look very odd. So yeah, so we have now 120 kilos. I will go for a few reps. Oops. And yeah, I need to get some more volume into my training because I've been lazy lately. So I think training your muscles is very important for your general health. And I think also some people, they get what's it called? They discouraged when they look at other, you know, normally famous people, and you know, but the people don't realize all the photoshopping that goes into those photos and all the cheating they do with their chemicals and all that. But lifting is for everyone, and I think it's something everyone should do. 120 kilos in pounds. I don't know, maybe someone on the live stream can convert to pounds. Yeah, it's sickening vanity. 264 pounds, okay, yeah. Now, it's training for being motivated by vanity is not the best. I don't think that's very wise. Health is my, I used to be motivated by competition. I wanted to win, I wanted to set personal records. Now I'm mostly motivated by health, keeping healthy, staying healthy, and this is what I've always done, I started bench pressing when I was 13 years old. So I've been bench pressing for a long time. I think I was almost 40 when I peaked at my highest level in the bench press. No, was that 38? Yeah, in my late 30s when I peaked in the bench press. So yeah, it's a kind of training, you don't get results very quickly when you train with weights. It takes time. It wouldn't be as fun if it was easy. Oops. Okay, let's have do another set. I'm going to go down to 5 reps now. Just because I want to control the bar and everything. I want every lift to be technically sound, as they say. So only 5 now. So, as you can see, not in my best shape. Now my grip in the bench press is almost maximum. You can't in competition have a much wider grip, and there's a reason for that. You have a more effective lift technically when you lift with a wide grip. So that's why I lift that way. I guess for someone lifting for building muscle, maybe that's not the best grip to have, but that's not why I train. Yeah, it's a floor system, you know, because in competition the bench press is it favors people with short arms. But yeah, now so this is part of my daily life. I have this home gym here, which is something I invested in when we moved here, and it was a good investment. I don't really like gyms, you know, when you go to those commercial gyms. First of all, they don't have proper bars, they don't have proper racks. How tall I am? Well, I'm 180 centimeters, so quite average, I guess. Yeah. I'm going to reduce the weight a little bit because I sensed a little bit of a twist in one shoulder, my right shoulder, and I'm wiser now than I used to be, and because I've injured both my shoulders. I've torn my part of my pectoralis muscle on this side. I've injured both my elbows, both my wrists, my neck, my ribs, several parts of my spine. The worst part is my hip on the right side. My knees are okay as far as I know, and I've hurt also one of my shins. That was a climbing accident, actually. Funny story. My son, when he was little, he climbed up a cliff, not like a mountain, but you know, a few meters up, and he wouldn't come down. And I was scared because I thought he would fall down, and I climbed after him, and then I tore my, you know, this part here, and I got a lump down here, and I was sat there on the cliff like this, and he climbed down. So that was fun. Yeah, I'm going to reduce the weight a little bit. Yeah, I can do squats. Yeah, I can do the deadlift as well, but I can't do the heavy deadlifts. When I get to 200, maybe 220 kilos in the deadlift, it starts to hurt. So that's kind of depressing, but that's life, I guess. So we reduced to 110 kilos, so we won't have any more injuries. And we'll do 2 more sets of 5, and then we'll move on to the front press, I guess. Yeah. Perry says, hello deadlift, my favorite lift. That sounds like a heavy weight you lifted there. The deadlift, hi there Jonna. Deadlift is my favorite lift as well. I love the deadlift, and I tried everything to get back to those heavy weights. I tried everything. But I can do the deadlift even though it's lightweights. So yeah, there are people who can't do deadlift at all. Beardyman Reviews says he's off to the gym. Yeah, have a good workout. Yeah, so this home gym, I'll show you. I'll turn the camera around and I'll show you. I'll just do one more set in the bench press. It's not so big, but I have everything I need here. The only thing when you have a small gym is that when you get to competition in the, especially the squat, and you're on stage lifting, it's you can get thrown off balance because you're used to looking at the wall, you know, and suddenly you are looking out into a big area. There's no point in being alive if you can't do deadlift. Heavy Carry is asking best lifts. It's easier if I give you the numbers. Arm Patriot 86 says, my son and I have been reconnecting through learning from your bushcraft videos. That's awesome. That's awesome. Best lifts without those stupid suits, you know, is 252.5 in the squat, 187.5 in with a pause in the bench press, and 307.5 in the deadlift. That's my best gym lifts. I can't remember right now my best competition lifts. But anyway, it's I think they are very close. So a video on programming, well, probably not. This is just, I don't know. And I was 105 kilos then. Yeah. So this is just me trying out something different here on my second channel. Now I have one more set here. Let's do that set. Okay, so let's move on to the front press. Well, thank you, Jonna. I can't remember my competition lifts exactly right now. What is WSM? Hold on. Okay. Let's see if we can. World's strongest man. I have to be honest with you. I'm not a fan at all. I'll tell you why. It's because they don't have, there are no doping tests in those competitions. And I find that highly unethical. And also, they claim to, you know, those guys to have the world record in the deadlift and so on. And what they call the deadlift is not the deadlift. They use straps like this, you know, and they tie their hands to the bar. And I can tell you that I think all my lifts, except one time in the deadlift, the ones I have lost, it's because my hands couldn't hold on to the bar. So to me that's cheating, because to me and many other powerlifters, the hardest part in the deadlift and the weakest link is your hands. So I'm not a fan. They are dishonest, if you ask me, and I don't really want to get into it because I think it's very sad. It's at least if I train grip, I used to do, no, not a thumbless grip, can't do that. Yeah, I've trained grip until I puked. Okay, so I'm going to do the, yeah, I have the Captains of Crush, yes. I find they didn't help me in the bench press, but loading around 300 kilos and just holding 300 kilos for time, you know, counting seconds and so on, is what has been most effective for me when it comes to grip training. So I'm going to do a couple of light sets in the front press. I can't lift heavy in the front press because of past injuries, but I'm going to do just a couple of light sets. Okay. It's not a stupid question. The Vikings, we don't know if the Vikings exercised to get stronger, but there are actually a few, well, just off the top of my head, in the sagas, places where feats of strength have been described. So we can guess that being strong, being able to lift heavy objects was looked upon as something valuable. So, but I don't know if they trained. I would guess that their training was, they did train sports, at least when they were kids. So I don't think you would find a guy who trained only with, well, maybe one guy, you know, but yeah, that's ship mast lift, yes. That was what I was thinking about. I don't think you will find, it was probably not common to have a bunch of guys lifting weights, but I think there were more doing different sports. That's what I think. Let me do one more set. Okay. Yeah, it was a physical life. No, hold on. My philosophy behind weight training, well, first of all, you should be honest. You know, that's what I'm seeing now is dishonest trainers, dishonest people trying to sell the latest nonsense protein powder, you know. And they have physiques that they bought, and you know what I'm talking about. So being honest, being is I think number one. And as I said, weight training should be, you know, at the core of your training. And you see people who train only cardiovascular, and I don't think that's healthy. Training for looks, I guess we all train for looks in a way, but it should be, to me, looks comes second and health comes first. Yeah, so it would be nonsense to me to train for, you know, I don't know, the bodybuilders, they train, you know, they want a certain symmetry and so on. I don't care about that. So yeah. Okay, so let me just add to that with the protein powder thing. You have people who say that nobody needs protein supplements, right? Yeah, that's true. If you have the time and money to eat, and the patience to eat insane amounts of fish and chicken and beef. I never had that patience, and I used to not have that money. So there is a place for protein powders, but it's not, you know, I think it's boring. Yeah, protein powders, boring as well. But at least you just drink it and then you're done with it. But I think it's not as good as getting your protein from non-processed sources. But it's hard, you know. I've tried. Yeah, I think creatine is good as well. I don't know if it's healthy. I've heard it's not. So I don't take creatine anymore. So yeah. Now I'll move straight on to the biceps. Yeah. So I think I'll skip I'll do the rows tomorrow because I'm doing deadlifts tomorrow. Yeah. So tomorrow it will be squats. Squats and deadlift and rows tomorrow. No, I haven't stopped streaming at YouTube. No. I did make my rep range. Depends on which exercise I'm doing. No, I haven't stopped streaming here on YouTube. I made a Twitch account yesterday, and I'm going to try that out as well. But it's at the moment it's something I do just in case, because YouTube is changing and we don't know where YouTube is going. So hopefully It won't be, YouTube will not go more insane than they have. So, but I'm on Twitch as well, so that's, I just wanted to get to be present on several platforms. That's all. YouTube is my main platform. Yeah, I'll do the lats tomorrow, also because I have to get back to work. Yeah. So the good thing about training, I've done 1 week now without training. Feels terrible. The good thing when you get back to training is that, you know, at least I get motivated to eat healthier when I train. So I thought actually this live stream, if I live stream some of the training sessions, that's another source of motivation. If I do cardio, I have to be honest, no. Don't ask me what my maxes are now, because I don't know. I don't want to know. It's like I can't get near the maxes. I get injured before I do that. Just, well, thank you. So we are getting close to the end of this live stream, and I just want to ask you if this is something you liked or not. I'm not going to stop doing the other live streams, like out in the woods here. So let me know what you think. Good fun, yeah. So I try to train 4 times a week for about 1 hour. And I've been lazy lately because there's been so many other things going on. But I think it's, you know, I went one week without training now, and I feel like Python says we're working out together. That's awesome. A pinecone. Well, I didn't know you unsubscribed. I'm still here. I'm going to stay here. Just what I said in my last live stream was that I will also be on other platforms, because if I one day wake up and YouTube has closed my access to this channel or taken it down for some reason, I'm not done yet. I have one more set. So if that should happen, you will find me on the other platforms, at least. So I'm going to continue here on YouTube, of course. Yes, there are trees on the walls. That's correct. Okay. So, What I will do now is I'll turn the camera around and I'll show you the gym. Yeah, well, that's the door. This is my gym. So I have a power rack here. I have a mirror. I have a Leico competition rack here. I have about 400 kilos calibrated weights. I have this device here for rows. I love this one. I have some gear here as well, some chains and bands and stuff, some belts. Yeah, it's small, but it's E-set bars. What's that? I have everything I need here. So yeah, I can get in here, go into my gym and remember my glory days. You know. No, I don't have dumbbells, but I have some stuff I can use as dumbbells. Yes, I usually have some music on, but I can't do that while I'm making a video because of copyright issues. Yeah. It depends. I like Ahma. I often listen to YouTube videos, bushcraft videos and so on when I'm training. Yeah. So, yeah. I'm actually going to brag a little bit now. I'm a certified personal trainer. And this is me in without the beard. Hold on. When I was a junior lifter. That was in, I think, 95. Yeah, we have some interesting medals here now. Let's see. This one is, can't remember which one. This is from the European Championships here. We have, I think these are from, no, these are nationals. This is a gold medal from the nationals. And why they put the Swedish flag on, I don't know. It's from the Norwegian nationals. This is a special one. This is my first prize. The first time I won a prize. This one, elite lifter. This is from Eastern Europe. We all got, I think it was the European Championships. We all got this bit of porcelain here. And yeah, we have some more over here. And some of the diplomas. We have record diplomas, my deadlift national records here. So you're looking at my youth, actually, what I did in my younger years. Yeah. I'm glad I did it. Even though I got injured and and probably will have to pay the price when I get older, but I'm still glad. Okay. So yeah, I enjoyed working out with you. I absolutely did. Now I'm going to get some. No, it was absolutely not a wasted youth. Corporal's Corner. Yes, I actually watched some of his videos, and you were in his platoon in the 90s. Well, that's awesome. Yeah. Harry Carey says, can't walk because of injuries, or can't walk because you were a pansy. Yeah, well, I can still walk. I'm glad I can still walk. But yeah, it's... I haven't totally given up on getting back to heavy weights, but I know I'll have to... Yeah, glad to have you here. Glad you could join the live stream. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I haven't given up completely, but yeah, it needs to be done. I need to figure out how to get those heavy weights on the bar and onto me without tearing up those old injuries, you know. The question there about writing, I'll have to come back to that in another video, but you can read about it on my blog, which there is a link in the video description. So I think I'll just finish with that. Thanks for joining. This was awesome. Hope you liked it. Yeah. Okay. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.